All right, let's just calm down. I know how this must sound.
How it sounds? You're going down for this, you psycho. What? You gonna kill me too?
Probably. Really, it'd be too easy.
Joe, you cannot kill him, okay? Just do your mind magic. Get him on our side.
And that is exactly what draws Joe into being our favorite sociopathic therapist for this moment. And I thought it would be kind of interesting for us to take a look and see the things that Joe does right therapeutically and wrong, and you can think to yourself if you could do it better.
Like you did with me. You can do this without violence. Please. He's everything to me.
These are the things that really worked for Joe. Maddie appealed to his sense of skill, that he's really good at this, that he's good at manipulating and controlling people. And because Joe has narcissistic traits, that feeds his ego. Plus, Maddie asks him in a sweet way. She's not trying to strong-arm him. She's not trying to force him. She's asking this as a favor. And so Joe is being looked up to be able to care for others. And Joe really likes having other people look up to him.
I guess I have just narrowly escaped a flurry of murder allegations, and I'm nothing if not romantic.
Fine. Mind magic it is.
That's Joe making up excuses for doing something that he's going to do. Might not be the best of plans for him, saying things and putting things into place to do something that we already feel might be a better thing to do, even if it isn't true. We are exceptionally good at lying to ourselves.
Plan is simple, Harrison.
You just have to go on living like you have been for a few more days, and then Reagan will have a boating accident.
No more lying. You and Maddie get to be together for real, above board. You don't have to hide anymore.
Just like we always dreamed of, Hair.
A boating accident?
The first thing that Joe tries to do is appeal to just the logic that this is the string of events. He does it in a way that's a very soft voice, which helps people be able to feel comfortable to be able to absorb information. And I think that that's probably a good first step in trying to persuade someone and see how they stand. And also Joe is trying to be eye to eye. When you are trying to act like you're equals with someone else, it is a better thing to be able to get eye to eye instead of standing over someone. Again, Harrison is still tied up. There's definitely a difference in power between both of them, but I think that it's a good first attempt.
Oh my God. No.
Hey. Listen. It's just like Maddie told you. Reagan pushed us into an impossible corner. It came down to either her or Maddie. I know I am glad it's Maddie, aren't you?
That leading question, when you're trying to change someone's mind, having a leading question can be helpful, but you want to make sure that you are starting with where they are. You cannot make someone do 180 degrees when you are trying to lead them. It's too obvious, and actually they will often push back against that even in a stronger way. You want to start off with understanding where someone already feels and why, and then move someone in little tiny degrees bit by bit. You have to be able to see the point of view through someone else's eyes. And unfortunately, for people that have sociopathic tendencies, that often is difficult, especially for Joe, because they often see the world through their own eyes first. And to be able to empathize with someone else is difficult and for some impossible. And so because of that, they assume that the way that they see things is right, and doing things that are good for them is good for everyone, even if it's not good for you.
She didn't have to die, though.
Oh my God!
I can't believe I have to deal with these two morons. Come on, Joe, this is not rocket science. How hard could it be to get these two past this?
You would want to explain why that might not be the case, why the person that you care about might have been in danger by having her there. Now, that would mean for Joe that he would have to lie, and Maddie would have to be on board with that. So it would definitely be a risk because she probably didn't have to die. But for Joe, who already has a lot of moral ambiguity, lying probably is not the worst of things for him and probably wouldn't feel that bad.
I've been where they are, got through it, may take some therapy, but hey, that's it.
All right, Maddie. Come on, sit down.
What?
Here, sit down.
Okay.
Look at her. Harrison.
So I like that he got the chair so that she's sitting down. The only thing is that I think that he should be sitting down also. Puts everyone at ease and everyone's on the same playing field. And I like that they're looking at each other and Joe is on the side, because that lets them have the main conversation and he's there to be able to direct things, to interpret things, and to be able to evaluate what's happening, if it's working or if it's not. So therapeutically, so far, besides one person being duct taped to the seat, which, yes, I know this is a show, for those that are gonna say that, I already know. But for him being already duct taped to the chair, that does change things, but it doesn't seem to be a therapeutic barrier in this situation where they are right now. It's also interesting the way that Joe gives a false smile. You can actually tell if someone's giving an authentic emotion or not by their microexpressions. So someone that is giving an emotion that is not real, they will be able to flash it or hold it, but it will evaporate almost as quickly as the thought goes away. And for Joe, you can tell that this is just a fake flash of a smile, that he doesn't really mean it. So sometimes when you're reading someone and you feel uncomfortable, it may be that you're reading their micro expressions unconsciously. And a lot of people can be very good at doing that.
Look at her, Harrison. She is the love of your life. She is the mother of your child.
A lot of times, if you have a good argument, you should argue the facts. If you don't, you can argue the emotions to make someone feel something for this. So because the basic facts of the situation, that this is the most logical answer, didn't work, now Joe is using a secondary way of trying to use an emotional argument in hopes that Harrison will be persuaded because of his care for Maddie. Now, I don't love, though, Joe's tone. It's a overly saccharine and non-believable tone. And I think that a lot of people push back if they feel like they're being talked down to, or if they're being patronized, or they're not being taken seriously. So the way that you say things, you want to be really careful with. And I would say that this should be, even if you're dealing with children, if you're being sweet and cute, that's fine. Then you can be playful, you can be exaggerating. But if you're talking about something serious, you want to give children the same amount of respect as you would give adults. And so I think that your tone should be really respectful, really serious, and to be able to put the emphasis on the things that matter, but not to play it down like you're talking to someone with a low intelligence, which could insult the person that you're trying to persuade and trust you.
I know all about how you agreed to let Maddie carry your child while Reagan tormented her, bullied her, pushed her out of Gretchen's life. You did, nothing.
No. No, hey, I'm sorry.
So right away, this is a pull that Joe got. He found something that made Harrison feel bad for Maddie, the way that he treated her, the things that she suffered through. You can always tell that by the amount of emotion that someone shares, the amount of movement that they have. Often their tone of voice will go up, they'll lean forward, they'll be more agitated, they'll speak more quickly because they want to defend themselves right away so people don't get the wrong impression of them.
I tried. And still, look at how much she loves you.
In this therapeutic session, I think that Joe missed. He could have kept on going to that, and now you can make it up to you. This is how much she needs you. She needs you now to protect her. You didn't before, and she did this for you, to protect you, so you need to protect her. I think that if Joe went on that stream of consciousness, there would be a greater chance that he would be able to have Harrison on their side more easily. He misses it and switches over to how much she loves him.
She would risk her life for you. She would kill for you. If you ask me, man, you don't deserve her.
And this is Joe protecting his own feelings. This is what he does for others in his way of love. Like, I'll put the quotes in it, love. He does this, and so now he's going on to, because of his narcissistic tendencies, he's seeing the world through the way that he would do things. And this, because this is the most important thing to him, he feels that this should be the most important thing to Harrison. He should accept and love Maddie just like he hopes other people would love him. But unfortunately, it is not the stronger of the hooks.
You're right. I don't.
And yet you can still do right by her. The two of you can have everything now. Love, freedom, family.
And by him switching it to things that he could get. And that's when you're dealing with people, you want to be able to know the things that matter to them, the things that are their triggers and their currency. Everyone has a set of currency, the things that are important to them by their hierarchy of needs and the things that matter. For Harrison, it isn't to get things. He feels that this is wrong already. So he's strong to be able to protect and feels bad for those that he's let down, but then to feel that he's going to get these ill-gotten gains of love and freedom, that he's going to be able to reap these benefits over a bad deed, something that he doesn't accept, that would be selfish of him, and that's where he pulls away.
Don't you want that?
More than anything.
All you have to do is keep this between us.
Yes, here we go.
I'm sorry, Maddie.
No.
What Joe was doing was then also, again, having him be a part of something that he doesn't want to, instead of being a part of protecting the woman he loves and his child, which he did not do before. That this could be something that he could be able to finally come to the plate where he wasn't for most of the time that Maddie was there, and all the pain and suffering that she suffered at the hands of her sister. So far, how do you think he's doing? Now, I will do my little disclaimer, yet all of this is wrong. He's killed people, this is all wrong, just in case you thought that I was condoning this. I know most of you aren't, but just for those of you that have watched this far in the video, they'll definitely be like, there'll be 3 comments for sure that will be like, no, it's wrong. How could you be defending a sociopath giving therapeutic advice? Not all people that have narcissistic or sociopathic tendencies, which is actually oppositional defiant disorder, not all of them are dangerous or violent. This is a specific case of someone on a TV show that we are dealing with for it. Or, why are you teaching people how to manipulate or deal with discourse or be able to deal with negotiation skills? No matter what, these are all important skills to be able to have. You should use them for good, not for ill. But we're dealing with Joe Goldberg right now, so we'll just stick to the plan.
If there's one thing I know, it's that murder's wrong.
Sanctimonious.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Mind magic isn't working.
Wait, you can't kill him.
We tried, Maddie.
We're getting closer. He's gonna break. I swear. Just let me try, Joe, please. Please.
You have 15 minutes.
And why do you think Joe goes on with allowing Maddie to have another shot at this? Joe loves to be this dark hero that is able to save people. And even though he has narcissistic and sociopathic tendencies, he does have a certain amount of empathy and enjoys other people looking up to him. But Joe does enjoy looking like the hero and being able to rescue people. So it does fit with his personality trait to be able to give this to Maddie, because in the end, he could still do what he has to if he needs to. Joe has this low self-esteem because he was abandoned before. To have people that look up to him, that he's been a hero for, that he's helped, really feeds himself. That's one of the main currencies that he has. And you can always tell what is someone's currency, what matters to them, by the things that they will sacrifice, the risks that they will take for something. And for Joe, he's taking this risk in the hopes that it works out, but even if it doesn't, Maddie will still look up to him and he's given something to her. So it's little cost and a lot of gain in that cup that he has, that emotional need to be able to be this hero, this rescuer, the good guy. And when we deal with Joe's psychology, he's been abandoned, he's been hurt, he's been left. And for Joe, he feels like he really is a monster, that's why if anyone really sees who he is, that they will leave him. And so for Maddie to be able to be there, to see him, even for his darkest places, and still look up to him, means a lot to him.
If you don't start cooperating, Joe is gonna do something very bad to you, and I don't think that I can stop him.
At least I'll die with my honor.
Honor? I mean, you were unfaithful to your wife for years. Where was your little superiority complex then, huh? Or do you just adjust your moral compass to suit your needs?
Which is a common thing for people to do. And we also like to put ourselves on this pedestal that we are better, we are more pure than other people. It allows us to judge, it allows us to look down on people. It allows us to be elitist. In the end, the truth is that we can all commit all kinds of things depending on the situation that we are placed in. I think that Maddie knocking Harrison off of that pedestal and realizing that we are all fallible, we're all human, and he shouldn't sit in judgment, I think it was a really good strategy. And it also allows Harrison to feel that this would not be any moral high ground, it would just be more death, and what would it gain?
No, stop it. Stop it. Just shut up. Shut up.
I'm just gonna state, that doesn't actually work. It is not effective to bring someone back to reality. Now, there are people that react differently to a startle complex, but for many people that will just make them worse, and now you've assaulted someone. So I know in the grand scheme of all the things that have happened in the show, it's probably minor, but some people do learn techniques through what they watch, and this doesn't really work.
Time's up for these two. What the?
It's all good.
You have my word. We're all monsters. But we can love each other anyway.
Love each other anyway. How can these two imbeciles deserve love more than me after everything I've done for you? Everything I've lost. I have nothing. No one.
And for Joe, it isn't the things that he's done for others. He says that. But really, it's the stuff that he's done for himself because he wants it, because he needs it. He wants someone to see him for all of his ugliness. He wants someone to see him for all of his darkness, and they still stay. And they love him anyways. In his mind and heart, that will be something that will be healing because he feels that no one can be able to accept him for who he is. That's his wound. And so to be able to see two people that he doesn't see as deserving to have the kind of love that he wants to have creates that feeling of pent up anger and frustration that is building in him and percolating all the time.
Ooh, okay, well, don't make me regret this.
The chair really didn't deserve that. That often can happen, especially when you have all of this pent-up aggression. Joe was already expecting to be able to have this release and then to be stuck feeling like he's already lost Bronte, and now he sees people being able to have the love that he doesn't see as deserving for them. We often get angry, and when we are angry and have all of this aggression pent up, we want to be able to vent it outwards. It's not the healthiest way to deal with things, especially through aggression, because it just begets more aggression. If you yell, you scream, you smash things, you often feel better. Everyone else, though, has to carry that anger and aggression that you've just vented outwards. So you would want to have a healthier mode, a healthier means of being able to vent out all of the pent-up aggression and frustration that you have. And in this case, for Joe, it was the chair, which is better the chair than a person. So I would say that that's a step in the right direction for Joe. So those are a few of my thoughts of Joe trying to use his therapeutic techniques and be able to change Harrison's mind. You can let me know what things you thought he did well and poorly in the comments below. The entire reason that I started this channel was in hopes that I could reach more people and help those that I couldn't help due to time, price, availability in my own private practice. I wanted to find fun ways to be able to reach those people that might be too shy or not feel comfortable to come to therapy, and hope that they would get to see these videos and feel more comfortable by using pop culture, media, TV shows, movies, video games to be able to learn about therapeutic techniques, practices, and hopefully a little bit more about ourselves. Anxiety is something that slowly just sucks away your happiness. It makes it more difficult to breathe. It starts to take over your world with everything constantly being an analysis of fear, dread, negativity. But I can't help as many people as I'd like to, and for some people I know that person-to-person therapy is not the way. And so I designed this course to help educate, help people learn, and cope with their anxiety. In this course I go through simple steps, concrete, straightforward, direct steps, not only on what is anxiety, specific tips and techniques on how to live better. And I also have compilation videos on Arcane, The Boys, Stranger Things, The Last of Us, as well as my course on how to beat anxiety. And this is all on Nebula. And you also get exclusive originals like The Getaway, which I'm on, Real Science, Archaeology Quest, trying to make sense of the X-Men cinematic universe because we all need to make sense of the X-Men cinematic universe. And there are over 200 creators on Nebula, so there's tons of original content from amazing creators to consume. And there's also guest passes, so you can send that to someone that you care about, perhaps someone that's dealing with anxiety, something that they can consume on Nebula for free. And it's all ad-free, sponsor-free when you sign up using my exclusive link below. Please use my link. And you can get an annual plan of Nebula for 40% off, $36 a year. And clicking on that link really does help out my channel. That's all early access, all extended versions, all the courses, originals, from fabulous Nebula creators, just by clicking on the link below. So thank you so much to Nebula and you for your support. Hopefully I'll see you in my next video.